Hello, Augies Worldwide. I'm Dave Kassler, amateur radio call sign KE0OG, here with another episode of Ask Dave. Today's question comes to us from Bob Brown, KE3CGQ. He says he's 70 years old, a retired pastor, started in ham radio in 1964, got sidetracked, finally got his general license about 8 years ago, and he used my videos to do that. And he's working on earning his extra this year. Well, good luck to you. My station is primarily HF, which is fine, with the Aggie antennas ranging from 2 and 6 to 40 meters. 40 meters is a big Yagi. I recently purchased a used, meaning pre-MFJ, high tower, with the goal of adding 80 and 160 meters. It is complete, including the 160 meter coil and the extension wire, and look forward to standing it up. My QTH is in a hollow, meaning a low spot. And I have people out west here, we don't know what hollows are. Sorry. We know what gullies and gulches are, but my QTH is in a hollow, and I have worked hard to put up my aluminum as high as practical, and with good results. Installation as instructed in the owner manual is straightforward. My question is one of grounding. Would there be any advantage to raising the high tower, meaning his 80 and 160 meter antenna, the vertical, up another 8 or 16 feet on a DBX Tower sections, running ground wires down to ground level radios? So install as instructed or raise it into the air with the additional 8 or 16 feet. He says, thank you, Dave, for all you do. The answer is do it as instructed. The high tower is sort of a piece of tower here, and I think it has an addition up on the top. And this is grounded. Okay. And there's a coil on here somewhere for coiled loading, and you feed it here and you feed it here. Okay. And then you've got ground radials out from this thing, and just like any antenna, you want these radials you kind of want fairly long, 25 plus feet, maybe even 50 feet. But that's 100 feet from here to here, which is pretty big. Okay, just put out as many radials as you can. Now, what would happen if you take an antenna that is made for ground mounting and move it up? The thing you have to move up with it are the radials. So if you were to move this antenna into the air on your tower, you've got one kind of tower holding up the other tower. Okay, the radials need to go out from here. This section of tower is grounded. This up here is, I think, gamma loaded, which means there's a capacitor in there somewhere. Now, you need radials. These have to be tuned radials. They can't be any old length like they can be on the ground. They're tuned. So you need to put quarter wavelength radials. So for 160 meters, that means this is a 40 meter radial, or about 133 feet this way, and another 133 feet this way. You need 2 of them, minimum. Then you need your 80 meter radial out here. 80 meters, and a quarter of that is 20 meters, or 66 feet all the way across. Okay. Now let's see, we wanted a quarter wave on 100 would be that, a quarter wave on that would be that, 66. Okay, that's half of 133. All right, that's what you need if you mount that thing up. Now, I would recommend that instead of doing this, unless you have infinite space, okay, take a farm to put this up, and you've got to hold that wire up and everything. You have essentially a dipole on each one of these, but they're acting as radials because they're connected to the ground connection here, and the feed line comes up here, and the shield connects to those, and then however the loading is done on the tower for that one. I would really recommend ground mounting this antenna. Now, you say you live in a hollow. Go take a look around and see how high the hills are relative to your QTH. I live in the mountains. I'm at 7,000 feet and have real high mountains in every direction. But if I were to actually look at it carefully, none of them exceeds 3 degrees elevation from where I am. And any antenna I put up is going to have a higher elevation angle than that. So it'll go around those mountains or up over those mountains just fine. You may have the same situation. Now the bowl that you're in will tend to bring the radiation up a little bit, so you get a little bit higher radiation. But a vertical is still the best thing to do for you for those. With the vertical, you do not have the NVIS capacity very much. I won't say you will have none, but you won't have as much. And you will have more of a ground wave than you would with a horizontal antenna. So I hope that answers your question, and that's why the radials have to go up with the base of the antenna. You can't just run a line down to ground-mounted radials because you get into all kinds of weird phasing issues. Okay, will the antenna still radiate? Yes, but weirdly. Okay, so that's why I would recommend that you ground mount that antenna. You can get away with shorter radials and more of them. You don't have to go out with these 133-foot radials. That's a quarter wavelength. You can go out 50 feet or something like that if you want. And spend some money on wire from Home Depot. You can get a 500-foot roll of wire for $100-ish. It's been going up. Everything's been going up. Copper's been going up. But out of a 500-foot roll of wire, you can get 10 radials. 2 of those, and you can get 20 radials. And 3 of those, you get 30 radials. And now you're talking. Pretty nice antenna there. So, to Bob, thank you for all that you have done over your life as a pastor, and glad that you're back into ham radio, and good luck with your antenna project. So there you have it. If any of you would like to help support this channel financially, please go to dcasler.com/support for different ways that you can do that. You can do it through Patreon, which is a monthly thing or a yearly thing, depending on how you want to do it. Or you can do a one-time tip, or you can do through PayPal a recurring tip, which is every month. So, until we next meet, 73.